Hello, welcome to Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka. Hello. Sunnyvale versus Shady Side, part 2.
Welcome back to our mini review of Fear Street. Today we tackle part 2, as Raka said, 1978, the massacre at Nightwing Camp Nightwing. All right, obviously directed by Leigh Janiak, who directed the first one and directs the third one as well. Written by Zach Olkowitz, director Leigh Janiak, and Phil Graziadei. Starring Sadie Sink of Stranger Things fame, Emily Rudd, Ryan Simpkins, and of course the same kids that were left. Spoilers from the first film. Now, this goes back in time and tell the story of, if you guys saw the first one, tell the story of 1978, Camp Nightwing, where was the reintroduction of I forgot the name of him, but the Hatchet Man, the Butcher of Nightwing, dude with the axe, and dude with the axe and the burlap sack on his head. So, all right, real quick, what did you think of the film? And give us a little more.
Okay, so as we mentioned before, with the first Fear Street installment, this is the second of the trilogy, and it continues the I would say borderline campy Pulp Fiction of horror, because they throw everybody in here. There's an axe-wielding maniac, there's a suicidal girl, there's a witch from the 1600s, there's the camp. For all intents and purposes, this could be Camp Voorhees, So it's good in the fact that it's a rendition of it. There's not much of a spin, to be honest. Very, very straight plot. Curse camp, teenage tension, trying to find themselves, a couple of lover quarrels here and there, and the curse. So
I have issues with it. Now, when you're done, I really want to tackle this curse thing because it makes no sense to me. But go on.
The soundtrack is, to me, not as good as the first movie, where there's some iconic songs and little tidbits, but not as many drops, which I did like in the first one. Does it take you back to the 70s? Quasi, kinda. It could have been a little more vintage and grainy. Fine. The lingo, I guess, okay for 78. It was kind of ho-hum, a little predictable. I found it to be a little more slowly dragged out than the first one, which seemed a little more amphetamine kicked. This was kind of not a slow burn, but not as you would predict it to be a thriller slasher. It was just straight up slasher, filled with a lot of typical camp stuff.
Yeah, look, for me, I thought this was a hell of a lot superior to the first one. Now, maybe because I'm a fan of the 70s and a fan of the slasher genre, and even though it didn't do any of it particularly well, was one of the better slashers, but it did give me slight nostalgia to that era, which I enjoyed. Now, the kills were not particularly inventive, but it did its job. I could have used a little more gore, but I get it. I mean, it's kind of, like I said, Fear Street, R.L. Stine. I mean, so it's kind of, it's geared to the adults who read those kind of books. They're adults now, I mean, so I get it. So it wasn't, you weren't gonna see no eyeballs popping out or, but I enjoyed it. Now, my biggest issue I was mentioning before is the fucking curse of the witch. All right, well, Sarah Weir, right?
That's Fear.
There you go, Sarah Fear. Now, according to the first one, right? This is what I understand was what at least the movie told me. The slashers or the monsters that came back only wanted the person who touched who basically desecrated the grave of the witch, correct?
Yes, but they also periodically terrorize and curse the land every 20-something years or every certain number of years where a serial killer goes berserk.
So that's been established that, every 20 years, I mean, they go berserk, start killing anyone.
Maybe every generation, yeah.
Anyone in particular. Because I'm like, all right, he's killing these people. So if he just wants to kill one person, okay, or people who were responsible for disturbing the witch, the way killing everybody.
Well, okay, I get it. They don't want to kill everybody because there's nobody to kill next generation. So it's kind of like, I want to curse the land forever.
Every single person from Shady side. Shadyville, whatever the hell,
But not every single person, because people have kids, some people survive, then those kids maybe get... I mean, there's no rhyme or reason that's been put out there. It seems like a lot of people are I mean, was it only Shadyside people who were killed?
In this one, it seemed that way. It seemed it was only the kids with the blue shirts were getting killed.
Not true, because some of the counselors were on the other side.
Yeah, but all right, the real tool bag pretty boy wasn't killed. Only the weed smoking hot chick from Shady was killed. He wasn't killed.
That's true.
Sheriff, the guy kid become sheriff, he wasn't killed. He was made.
So all right, so it was a curse mainly for Shadyside.
All over the place. That's my whole point. It's all over the place. It's like it fits whatever it fits in the moment, and that is one of my biggest pet peeves of this freaking trilogy. I mean, at least okay, it's like I got to turn. I mean, I want a little common sense, a little slight smartness in my fiction, man. In my horror movie, it's. I don't want to think about it.
One pet peeve I have for it is that it seems to be not a low budgeted feature, yet it tries its very best to play out like a B movie.
Exactly, and it's not a B, because if it was a B, I mean, it's like they had this concept of the witch and the curse, and they trying to make it fit in every single time, and it doesn't fit because there's so many different layers. And what the hell was that blob inside the freaking thing? Was that the witch? I mean, I have no freaking idea. And did they put the hand?
I think I'm not defending it. I feel like I'm defending, but I think they're saving all this for the last installment.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I was not looking forward to the last one, and now I'm like, you know what? And now you have the kids turning in. You have the pissed off girl from the first one. Now she transformed into the witch in the last one. I don't know. I was and kind of like I'm hating on the movie. I actually liked it much better than the first one, but the whole thing in general is leaving me wanting.
I thought, wow, because we actually differ there. I actually enjoyed the first one more than this second one.
Fascinating.
Not that both were stellar movies to begin with. I'll put it this way. It's not like either one was memorable.
Wait a minute. Will you watch it again?
Probably not.
Will you recommend it to anyone to see it?
I would, with a bit of a shrug.
I don't know.
Like
6 hours of your life, you're never gonna get back. I'm not even sure that. I would just say, if you want.
I mean, don't get it twisted. It's not on the Amityville Horror. It's not on the Jason Voorhees, Camp Crystal Lake. It's not on that level, but it's a filler.
I would rather watch Jason X right now than this. How about that?
Yeah, but also I would not recommend Halloween above this.
Well, I mean, that's that.
No offense to Adam Sandler, who actually I do enjoy watching.
That's a ringing endorsement, gentlemen and ladies.
All right, so
better than
let's
Halloween. You know what? That's gonna be the clickbait title. Better than Hubie Halloween. All right.
So if we had to assign we had to assign any kind of rating system to 1978
I think I gave
Fear Street.
a 2. I give this a 2.5. Axes or witches or whatever you want to call it.
Although we differ on the likability of the movie, I will go with a similar 2.5 bloody hatchets. The only saving grace of the entire trilogy is we hope to God that the third and the final episode, Fear Street 1660, whatever.
1966.
Hopefully that levels the playing field so that the trilogy on the whole can get a 3.
You get it? 1666, 666.
That's the other issue. That's the other issue I have to say. If you're not going to say it, I'm going to come out and say it. I have no problem saying it. Sometimes this show is corny as hell. So, yeah, 2.5 is I'm going to give it. And I give it a good rating because it is watchable. It's not unbearably watchable. It's just not as memorable. There's lacking that iconic scenes or iconic lines.
You're missing good kills. I mean, the acting is good enough. I guess the story. I mean, again, we're gonna have to wait for the last one for me to re. I'm gonna, like I mentioned, I'm gonna rip it a new way hole if it's bad, and it's going to bring down the cumulative score of Fear Street. That being said, there's not much else to say. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow us, check out our podcast, check out our YouTube, check out our TikTok, check out anything and everything that we do. Thank you all. I'm Izzy.
I'm Rocco. Remember to save the whales and leave the light on.
Not after this movie. No.
Enjoy.